Hi, thank you for joining me again. Wendy Anderson, justbe.me. So this is an addition to the Lionsgate energy. So this is for those of us who may be feeling a little bit of crunchiness around the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is the one that is an energy center that is just below your belly button. And it is normally depicted as orange. Now, you may be wondering, well, what on earth has my sacral chakra got to do with anything? So this energy center is also responsible for some of your bodily physical functions. So your kidneys will be part of this, your urinary system will be part of it, your womb, ovaries, fallopian tubes will be part of it. Adrenals, so your adrenals are the organs just above your kidneys that keep all of your energy in balance throughout the day. So if by about 2:30 you feel like your batteries have been ripped out, then you've got some allergies or some trauma that is unresolved that you may need some additional support with, shall we say. So that's a good sign. So one minute you might feel like you're a whippet chasing a rabbit, next minute batteries yanked out. So you may be feeling as well sexually frustrated. You may be feeling withdrawn a little bit, that you just can't be bothered with anybody else. Just a little off, and a creative block. So these are normally signs. Or you may have a water infection, or you may have some salpingitis. So salpingitis is an infection in your fallopian tubes. So you'll know if you've got an infection here. So if you're bending down to do something, it's like lower back, and you'll have a little bit of a twinge when you move. So that could be a sign, salpingitis. So this is deception in your own home. So it may be something when you're doing housework. I find that that's normally a trigger that kind of like comes up if I get salpingitis. And ovaries, you might have a little bit of anger, just like in the ovaries, that your creativity is being thwarted or stunted for some reason. So you're angry about it. So it's like a little bit of forgiveness. Doesn't really matter if somebody else might not deserve the forgiveness. It's forgiving yourself for not being the creator that you were designed to be. So for the gents, for the men out there, so you may be feeling it in your kidneys. If you're feeling it in your kidneys, you may also be feeling it in your bones, your musculoskeletal system. So bones anywhere in your body may be coming up as well. So it may be something coming up in also root chakra, which is the bottom one, near your sitting bone, which is normally depicted as red, and this is for your sense of safety in life. So this is maybe how you maybe experience this energetic, I like to call it at the moment, regeneration of this energy. Not blockage as such, just a re-energizing of it. So it may have to switch off to switch on to reboot in a different way. That's the way I'm liking to see it at the moment. So ways of balancing it. So this is associated with also the fire element. So water is a really good element that helps quash the fire. So this is in Chinese medicine. You know, go on YouTube, do your own research about it. Really, really valuable to do your own research about these things. So quash it with with water, sorry. So drinking more water is paramount. Even bathing in water, going for a bath is really paramount. Or even going for a swim. Being in a body of water can be really helpful. Stillness to help bring some calm to that fire in the body as well can really help. Creativity is a really good one. So if you're feeling like, well, I'm not really a creative person, I don't really like paint or draw or anything like that, even rearranging furniture in your own home is a sign of creation. Reading is creative. A little bit of decorating, if you're feeling energetic, could be creative. Playing an instrument, writing can also be really creative. So writing, there are some things that you can journal as well, which could be really useful. So these questions to do a little bit of self-reflection as well is always a good time when the body's all fired up, is a good way to bring stillness and calmness, is to do a little bit of writing and self-reflection. So these questions to self can be really useful. I feel most creative when I'll let you fill in the blanks. I feel loved and worthy when I let you fill in the blanks. I feel ashamed or upset when you fill in the blanks. I want to release my anger about you fill in the blanks. So this could be a really good way of getting to know yourself. Really useful. So yeah, you may be feeling insecure at the moment, frustrated with life. So these are the questions to ask yourself as well. Am I feeling insecure? I'm frustrated with life in general. If it's a yes, then your sacral chakra is going to be a little bit out. So yes, you can literally self-talk and say, balance my sacral chakra. You can self-talk it, it'll come back into balance. You are instructing your body and what it needs, that's absolutely fine. However, if you don't follow certain practices, it will just come out of balance again. So you know, like people say, oh, I've been for a chakra balance. Yeah, but it's not sustainable. You know, this is a continuum. You know, we need to have some awareness continuously about whether about maintaining our physical form and our energetic health. So you can also test it. You can use kinesiology. Is my sacral chakra balanced? Mine is today, but I know that it hasn't been yesterday. So and that's okay. There's no judgment around it. You know, there is this kind of like thing in the spiritual community. Oh, my sacral chakra is unbalanced. It's blocked. It's out. Oh my goodness. It's kind of, so what? It's out. You know, it's gonna be in it and out, kind of randomly, repeatedly. But as long as you've got some awareness around it and no judgment around it, it's absolutely, you can bring it back into alignment. It's absolutely okay and fine to be out of alignment sometimes. Is to appreciate being in alignment. So it's all fine. So questions to ask yourself. So if you're not with the kinesiology, you can pendulum it as well. So it'd be round for yes, linear for no. So you can pendulum it, and your pendulum will tell you when it's come back into balance as well with these certain practices. So again, you know, these practices now are not choice. To be on this planet right now is compulsory, because if you are not supporting the planet's energy, she will destroy you, or your energy cannot be destroyed. You are infinite, but the energy in your life, human life form, you will destroy it yourself if you don't support your own needs, basically. And the planet itself is holding a certain frequency to support a certain energy. If you are not coming up to the Gaia energy, then your physical form cannot be supported. Therefore, on my journey, and it's all fine. You're infinite. You know, you'll just transform and transcend. It's fine. It's all good. And it's all through choice. It's free will as well. So you'll either choose to keep your physical form upright and learn all these new practices and you know, uphold them daily, I would say, or not, and that's fine. So questions to ask yourself about blockage in the sacral. Feeling insecure and frustrated with life in general. Good question. Being confident in opinions and expressions. It's too hard for me to speak up. So maybe, you know, all these riots has got validity in some way, that all these people are really balancing up their sacral chakra and saying, do you know what, I'm being confident now. There's something that's not in alignment with my energy. There's something that I am not in agreement to any longer contractually. And I am speaking up and vocalizing that I no longer want to hold that contract with XYZ. There's validity in it. Not that I condone violence or that, but there's still an energetic value there. Your perspective of whether it's positive or negative, you're the creator. You put that perspective on it. But everything is created in neutrality. So, believing in others as well as myself. So you can see this. So in my last video I was talking about somebody that's got a creative venture that they want to do. So do you have belief in yourself? Do the people around you have belief in you? If you haven't got belief in yourself or another person, sacral chakra is a little bit out of sync. And again, it's important to who you are surrounding yourself with as well. So if you are an empath, it's kind of like which is my energy blockage and which may be somebody else's in the family or friends or partners blockage, because you might actually be picking up theirs as well. So is it mine or is it theirs? If it's somebody else's, when you're asking the question, you can use kinesiology, you can use pendulum, use a Rayo sensor, whatever it is that you want. If it's somebody else's and you are an empath, then it's kind of like, right, I cut the cord to that person. And then you're putting the responsibility back to the other person. So they can no longer feed off your energy. You are giving the responsibility back. Great, you are literally turning up as the balanced mother energy. They can learn to tie their own shoelaces. They need to learn to tie their own shoelaces. We are not responsible for their blockages, their emotions, or their anything else that they've got going on. So again, this is self-awareness about where is it that you are taking on board other people's energy. Yeah, it will come up in the skin as well, or shoulder pain, or yeah, I've got some toxins around the shoulder. So for me, I've been taking on board somebody else's energy. So it's getting clear. Where is it? And I've been around a lot of people this weekend, so it's understandable, that's fine. But then I came back, did a clearing, and it's kind of like I'm cutting cards to every single person that I had an interaction with, because otherwise it gets too overwhelming for me and my energy. And I've done that game, you know, I've played into that experience where I've temporarily taken responsibility for somebody else's healing in order to help them with the ascension. I've done with that and passing that baton to other people now, to other phase light workers. So for me, it's just to hold that energy for myself, and anyone who is in my vortex, you get a beautiful slice of whatever's going on anyway. But I no longer hold responsibility for other people's wellness, healing, or happiness or love. My energy stays with me, their energy stays with them. So I choose to feel joy and experience happiness. I am lovable. People desire me. So again, you know, your hips, if you're feeling pain in your hips, that you are feeling unloved and undesirable. So you can change that belief system in here, which then reprograms your skeletal system, because you are the divine grid programmer and you are the programmer of your physical form from your mind. So if you're feeling it in the hips, the hip joints, I am lovable and people desire me. So limiting belief about how other people see you or envisage you. There. So this is literally the sacral chakra, which was really, I read something really interesting in just before I came on this video in a little news report as well, basically by saying it was interesting that the rioting that's going on at the moment is going to be balanced with water. So I'm guessing somebody's going to get some water cannons out somewhere. Yeah, I think the high pressure ones are probably not fun, and it's probably going to hurt. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to play out. So treating water with fire. So, but that's in a negative aspect, that, you know what, we are killing your creations and your passions. It's in a little bit of a your creators out there, your creators, if your passions are for the well-being and happiness and abundance of yourself, and also your passions are gonna assist others, then there is so much love for you out there at the moment that is playing this role. Have some self-awareness about violence, and what's going on within you about violence. If there is no violence, then surely there is no need to use water, because people have got a right to voice an opinion. Now, if you voice an opinion, cool. If you're using violence, then you've got to expect a little bit of something coming back to cool your fire. Just saying. And there's no judgment in however it is you're choosing to express yourself right now. But again, it's kind of like no violence to another person. Even kind of like to shops and things like that. That's still violence to a person, because it could be somebody's livelihood, and you know, they may have still families and children to look after, regardless of whatever their background is, you know. Even though we may not agree with certain situations, you know, if there's children involved, then it brings up another element to it, doesn't it? So watch your stones and ripples in the water about where you place them. It's okay, and I think it's so courageous to voice your opinions right now, and beautiful, and that can help really release the fear in somebody's body and really open up that sacral chakra, which is beautiful. Look at the violent aspect in it, and look at the violence because if you are expressing violence outwardly, then you're also expressing violence inwardly. Look how you speak to yourself. Is it violent? You know, do you want to harm yourself? Do you have moments where you speak to yourself where you want to harm yourself? Do you know what? Speak to somebody, because there could be something that there may be some inner traumas that you have courageously had to experience or deal with that hasn't been quite dealt with yet, and it's a dark place that you just cannot bear to look at right now. But you know what, it's part of you, and part of it is your gift. So I always think, wherever there's violence, wherever there's a duality aspect that you could create from it, so that is the gift, the calmness. And you can experience both. There's no judgment in it. But you may not have learned how to create the calmness yet. So just putting that out there. It's okay to feel fearful right now. It's okay to feel that emotion. You may have allergies coming up, some of you. You may be triggered right now and just feeling a little bit out of sorts, and that's okay, however you're turning up. But try and find some stillness, a little bit of peace, and calmness. If you're the phoenix playing with the flames, which is beautiful, try and find some moments of calmness to go out there and have the courage to voice your opinion. Violence begets violence, aggression begets aggression, fear begets fear. So you are all creative beings learning to be responsible in your creations. What is the dualistic opposite of what you are currently feeling? And play with that too, because you know, both are gifts, both of them, both aspects. That's the dragons coming together in neutrality. The masculine and the female, all elements are all coming together in balanced forces in the neutral state. All the colours come to one into the white light. That's the way I'm seeing all the energy kind of like in this planet at the moment. So that's it, I'll leave that with you. So this is how to balance your sacral center, and it also will help you balance your emotional center, which is the fear. That's why there's a blockage in the sacral center, that you've got a blockage of fear somewhere. So if you do have a blockage of fear, there are a couple of things that you can do. Ho'oponopono will release the fear from your body and your mind and subconsciousness. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And the other one, return me back to my creator's blueprint now, please. Mudras, the fear mudra, so sacral, so there's that one that releases fear. There's a sacral, which is that one for the sacral mudra. That one is water mudra. So all of these, choose one which feels good, and that one will be the right one for you. So we've got, this is the thing, we've got choices, so many choices. Choose what is right for you and your expression, because your truth may be different from another person's truth. So it's like, I'm not telling you what to do here, I'm just giving you tools in the toolbox, and you get to choose which tool that you pick up to put the spring back into your step and the joy back into your life. And that's my goal for myself, and sharing that with you. Right, leave that with you. Love to you all, no matter what your day brings. Take care.